This that where my pain music. Not just bars, this is breath behind the walls. We ain't just doing time, we finding diamonds in it. You ever see gold in a garbage heap? Watch this. Yeah, boxed in, four walls like a padded cell. Clocks broke, no tick, just the sound of hell. Name stripped, now he's just ink on a page. But behind those eyes was a caged up sage. Just a stare, but I saw that fire flick. Buried under numbers, beaten like a drumstick. World wrote him off like a glitch in the code. But I saw a diamond that still glowed bold. Look what I found in the trash today. Who would throw him away? Throw him away. Hidden treasures that the world dismayed. Buried talents rising out of decay.
Welcome to the Where My Pain podcast. Look what I found in the trash, where we discover the hidden treasures and people we throw away. I am your host, Terry Brown. I am a father, husband, brother, and son, published author, and confined crusader. Confined because I am here at this new location. Let me tell you why this is a new location, because they took me away from my old location and transferred me to this new location where I am now rediscovering some other hidden talents and treasures that are literally buried underneath their circumstance, behind their walls, within these cells, and on these yards. Man, today I have my daughter on the phone. Breland, say hi.
Hello.
Hi. This is what we're doing today.
And
Let me
it's a
tell you something.
special day. Today's Dad's
It,
birthday.
yes, it is my birthday. This is oh, man, okay. Happy birthday to me.
Happy
But on the same
birthday.
sense, birthday. I love the concept of birthdays, Bree, because it's like when you think about birthdays, about giving birth, right? Giving birth to new ideas, giving birth to opportunities, giving birth to circumstances, and
hmm
that's what I'm looking at right now, man. Oh, baby, how are you doing? How you doing, Bree?
I'm doing okay. I'm missing you today.
Yeah, I know these. Okay, these times are hard. These times are actually kind of hard for us and for a lot of people. And I look at it from the standpoint of everybody that has to go through this type of situation, especially when their parents are gone, especially on their birthdays. You want to celebrate
hmm
with them. How does it? How do you navigate these waters?
Um, it doesn't get easier. Um, I think that you kind of just learn to kind of deal with the grief of things.
Yeah,
That you're so close yet so far. I'm thankful and have a lot of gratitude that we're still able to speak, that I
yeah,
can be
yeah,
able to
yeah.
hear
That
your
part. That part.
voice, that I know that it's not the end, that I still get to talk to you, and that I'm looking forward to spending many more birthdays with you. And I think that that's where I put my hope, that I'm going to celebrate it even more. I think a lot of people, even in our world now, even in our world now, are missing out on the life in front of them, and
Yeah,
missing out on
yeah.
celebrating their loved ones and really showing up, for them, and really making the most out of those days. And so I think that it just puts uh, gratitude on my heart and making me want to be more intentional in how I celebrate them now, mine, my
Amen.
sisters, my
Amen.
mom,
Yeah.
my family, but then all the ways that we're gonna not just celebrate on birthdays, but celebrate each morning that we get to wake up and have breath in our
Each
lungs.
month, yes, yes,
And
yes. Celebrate.
it just puts a different
Come on, people.
perspective.
And that's what it is. I think a lot of times we forget about that because we don't celebrate our people anymore. It's not just about the birthdays; it's about just life, right? How when you look around and you see that person that you care for, that we say that we care for, right? But then we let days and times go by, and we take advantage or take for granted that these people are right there with us, right? That
Mhm.
you can call them,
Mhm.
right? I mean, but then there's other situations like I was just saying to you earlier. I'm so grateful um, to be able to even just call you, right? And then there's people that pick up, right?
Right.
And you
Right.
guys, right? But then when I look around me, and I'm in a situation right now, Bree, and I was telling you that at the night I'm at right now, people have been in here for years. There's a guy that I'm looking at as we speak right now. He's been in for 54 years. 54 years, and
Mm,
he's been in since he was 10 years old, right? And matter of fact, in just in the last 8 months, there's 5 people that have died, in this facility. So it's just like
it's
you
heartbreaking.
you yeah, man, and that's so when you think about it, it's like I I'm talking about I may have the opportunity to come home, right? So I get to come home, but then when I look around me, I see so many people that are not, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it humbles me, and I think that's where I'm at right now. Like even on my birthday, I'm like, man, thank God. And I have a family that loves me. I have a wife that loves me. I have my daughters that love me. I have everybody that cares so much, right? But then think about the people that have lost all of that because they've been down for so long. How long do people hold on?
Right, right. And you're very right about actually having people and family or supports on the outside that are able to pick up and actually communicate. And I think that a lot of people and incarcerated individuals that struggle with keeping hope or keeping those things, even if they're serving long sentences, like you said, some people don't put the time aside or pick up the phone or communicate or give that little bit of connection to the outside. And that can be very hard to carry in such a facility or environment that doesn't produce a lot of love or care.
Yeah, and we try to create it for one another,
That's
right? As
good.
much as we can in here, and that's why. Matter of fact, I was just talking to, and we're going to talk about this very important, special person, my new friend that I have created a bond with at this new facility that I'm in right now. But I was speaking to him, and it was just to the point where he like there's so I I was reminding him of his value, but he knows his value, right? But then he began to see that, wait a minute, you lose it because you lose so many people. His parents, he just had two parents just die last year. Both his parents died in the same damn year, right? And I was just like, oh my God, right? And you think about it, those are the last people, right? Primarily that were there for him, right? So
Mhm.
now you're basically looking around like, man. And he was showing me. I'm gonna talk about him the next segment. His name is, matter of fact, shout out to Juan Grande. They call him Grande. And he has a whole story about where his name came from too, which is so impactful. But I just, when I look at this situation and I know that there's so many people hurting and so many people that need um, support, right? Sometimes, I have that saying, the more that I think of you, the less that I think of me. And if you do not have a purpose, then look next to you, right? If you look next to you, then that should be your purpose. You always should have a purpose. We need to support each other and build each other up because a lot of us have lost the value or the intended value that we have within inside of us. We don't know that we are still valuable, right? Because who's telling you? Who's telling you that you're valuable? Right? And how many times and not nobody understands how much your story is the gold and the value that you have. And that's what we want to do. We want to continue to create a platform for people to tell their stories. You know,
Right, absolutely.
what is as far as you think about this, Bree, since like you, I've been going for a long time now. That's
Mm,
for damn sure, right?
yeah, about 10
How
years.
did yeah, 10 years. Even though I know it does seem that way, but for me, it's just like because you get, I got put on pause,
Right.
right? So, so my life has been put on pause, even though I'm doing everything in the crazy world
You
just to make sure
absolutely
that
are.
we have purpose. Yeah, right, right. But, as far as home, it's on pause, and then it's like, but then you guys are in here with me, you
Mhm.
know. And so that's the sucky part. I just I don't know. I hate the fact that we have to be inside of this situation together. But I'm glad
Mm.
that you are. You know, I'm
Mhm.
really glad that you are. There's one thing though too I wanted to touch upon when you think about getting out, right? You think about coming home. Um, what are the anticipations, or what is the the nervousness? For I know for me, I wonder if it's going to be the same,
Mm.
right? And I wonder what is going to be different.
Right.
Every everybody has grown up, right? So
Mhm.
and I have to come back to that situation of knowing that, okay, and just like I mean, even with you, you're like the mom now of the house.
The family
You
manager.
know, yeah, no, Daddy, this is what you're telling me what to do. And I'm like, what the hell? When did this? Right?
Well, I
I
mean,
just,
I think I had this personality already, but I think our situation definitely pushed me to be more assertive,
yeah,
and I had to step into a lot of roles that have
yes,
formed my
yes,
character in this
yeah,
way. I think
yeah,
that
yeah,
I have those same I don't want to necessarily say fears, but curiosities of the anticipation of how it's going to be. I think that you have a lot of hope in just the connection of family, but we've been through a lot of trauma, and trauma shifts
yeah,
people.
yeah,
Trauma changes character, it changes emotion. It has a lot to do with um, the ways that you deal in your interpersonal relationships. Like I said, it's been 10 years. I was 16, Riley was 8.
yeah,
Cammy
yeah,
was
yeah,
young. Like
yeah.
we're teenagers
14.
and
Yeah,
at
yeah,
14, yeah, and we are adults now. Riley just turned 18. I'm 26.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's
yeah,
we're women.
yes,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
think that
The
not
different
having
attitude.
you,
Yeah,
I think that
those,
you have been very present in all the ways that you can. And we haven't felt a lack of that, but in all the other ways and just the presence and the moments of home and day-to-day life and talks and things like that that I had a lot of experience of. I know that Riley, who's the baby, did
yeah,
not, and
yeah,
I think that's mainly what I'm anticipating really is the relationship of you and Riley, um,
yeah,
and what
yeah,
that's gonna
yeah,
look like. I don't know. I already feel very close with you, and I think we have a very spiritual, um, n- just depth of knowing each other. So I
yeah.
don't find that there will be any hitch in that reunion there. Um,
I think and that was always my concern too, because she was so young when
yeah.
I was abducted, right? And
I can't remember my life when I was 8 years old and younger, and
yeah,
trauma
yeah,
has an effect on
yeah,
remembering your childhood.
yeah,
And
yep,
so
yep,
and Riley doesn't really verbalize emotion or thoughts very well. And so my fear is maybe like, does she even remember, like,
yeah,
does she
yeah,
remember those things? Is she able to recall certain moments? I think we keep you alive enough, obviously, in the home, and you're here and you talk and we show pictures. And I think she lives in memory very well. And I think she relies on that.
yeah,
But I can only imagine kind of losing grip of like that feeling of knowing or talking or seeing or hugging may not be as tangible for
yeah,
her
yeah,
at
yeah, yeah,
18, 10 years later. And
yeah.
so it makes me sad. I have
And
a
these,
lot of grief about it, but I think that I'm also just, I'm happy that we
oh,
even get to have a reunion.
yeah. Yeah, and I think that I think that's a key point to point out is these are the truths of incarceration, right? These are the truths that actually happen to people that are snatched away from their family members, and even my my situation is wrongfully convicted, right? So
Right.
this is not even to a point where like you did something. No, this was 1,000% wrong,
Right.
right?
So there's a lot of
We're
anger.
gonna, yeah, we're gonna put a pause on there right now. This is Where My Pain. Look what I found in the trash. We're gonna put a pause on it 1 second. We're gonna come back in the next segment where we're gonna talk about Juan Grande, not so grande, not so gordo. My man, the one that I just met. I need to talk about him today. I wanna bring his life up because
Mhm.
this is the epitome of where my pain is.
Mhm.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna come to you in the next segment. Thank you.
Yeah, that's where my pain, where broken ain't the end, it's the beginning. Where throwaways become masterpieces. We don't just survive in here, we shine in spite of it. You hear that? That's the sound of somebody they tried to bury, still breathing.